They'll be calling you a radical. We got a tremendous amount of incredible, important, historical Fukushima news breaking. One, of course, I don't know if you guys can connect these dots, but hello, she's a billionaire. The face, the person, your oligarch, your Illuminati, your whole thing as you go, which is not, it's New World neo-feudalism in the club. He's a billionaire. He's dead. He's dead. I mean, this is such a major, gigantic story that no one's talking about. But even more powerful than that, the protests in Japan this weekend. All them Japanese don't protest. They're just obedient. Why? Because the nuclear-owned MSM media told me so. They told me so. Then what's this? Yeah, I mean, look, you know how much guts it takes to protest? They put them in jail, lock them up. State secret fascism on Balco. That's the American nuclear cartel. They run the world. Hello. The U.S., I believe, Independence, the sunk battleship that had all the nuclear bombs, they found it and they raised it up. They found it the other day. It's so lit up, nuclear contaminated. What are they going to do with it? They're going to have a Little League football camp in San Diego on it. Oh, no one could be that. They're going to have the San Diego Uncle Tom Chargers come on it and practice on it. Oh, nobody could be that evil. That's what they did with the USS Reagan, and I was there, and I reported it as it happened in the Israel. Not retrospect. I'm going to talk about China Syndrome 4 years later. Not I talked about it when it happened. That's what art does. That's what great artists do. That's what they do. They record as it happens, artist communications with the genre of the time. How can we paint in the old way, in the old manner, in the time of the atom bomb, Jackson Pollock? It's not the paint of the soup can, it's the idea to paint the soup can, but then you have to paint the fucking soup can. Look, this is the greatest cover-up in human history. Ever. Ever. Look, we know Facebook is the NSA, the control freak. That's what they're using. That's their tail. They're using it. And why are they making so much noise? Because they've got babies. That's what we're doing. They're making noise because there's a crow right up there. And he likes to swoop down and kill the babies and eat them. That's what they're doing. I made noise and I screamed and yelled in a very acute way because I am of nature. I am nature, Jackson Pollock. I am unnature, Kevin Blanch. Genetically mutated. My father, human lab rat in the Nevada test site, killed, and then I get leukemia and I fight for my freaking life and try to survive leukemia. You know, fighting for my children, fighting for my grandchildren. Roddy Murphy, they said, why'd you fight so hard? Why'd you do that? I wasn't fighting for no flag. I was fighting for my family's farm. I'm fighting for my grandchildren. I love my grandchildren. The rest of you don't. I mean, this is a billionaire. She's a billionaire. She is the placed. She is from, I never says, oh, Skull and Cold Bones is all men. No, they're not. No, they're not. It's run from Harvard. It's run from the House of Hanford. It's run from Harvard. It's run from Stanford. We all know that. That's Robert Scheer. That's unarguable, documented facts now. She was placed there. She's a Harvard scholar. The female, they have females there too. So is he. We're talking a billionaire. A billionaire. He's dead. No media. You know how massive this story is? In a forecast, we can't get anything out, whatever. You don't think this has gone on? This is a big, big story. Massive story. She, the CEO, they hijacked Facebook a long time ago to complete control. He didn't hire her. They hired her. That's, ask Google. When Marie Antoinette, Barack Obama let them eat yellow cake, stood at Stanford and turned over, look it up, the executive order he signed to turn over the internet to Homeland Security. He did it at Stanford. Abe comes here, the cover-up of Fukushima. Everybody in Japan knows. What, because the United States media won't show you? They won't show you? Please. Wow. NBC. I'm at the USS Reagan versus General Electric lawsuit. I'm there. I'm the only person there for a long time. I'm the only person there protesting for a long time in 2013. 2014, Libby shows up. Bill Beebe, the attorney, he shows up. Lori Steele, that activist, her and I together. I have the only permit ever issued on the whole thing. I have another historical document because I record as it happens in time. Look, it's said right in the courtroom. We have it right there. It's coming out. They ordered that USS Reagan in there on day. They knew the human lab rat. Oh, they wouldn't do that. They did that to my father, the U.S. at San Onofre, the Marines. Please. Human lab rat, their own Marines killed them. Ask anybody that's been to Vietnam about Agent Orange. They don't care. They don't care, but this time, as I said from the inception, this is the capitulation. This is where they've crossed the line, point of no return. Because they can't cover this up. And they're going to continue. And like I said, rats love cheese. Rats really love cheese. And the NSA, that's what they do. The control freaks, the so-called Illuminati, it's not Illuminati, please. It's royals. It's the old world order. You let them in the club. You're talking a billionaire female who is the queen of the NSA. She's your so-called Illuminati, which is not Illuminati. The royal, she is the top. That's her right there. Right there. That's her. He's dead. Wow. He's a fellow at Harvard with Barry Antoinette. And I would like to say this, as they had a Little League football camp, they had the San Diego Chargers practicing on the USS Reagan. I have not seen one NFL player, not one NBA player, not one Major League Baseball player, especially in the African American community, stand up for this young man in Baltimore. Not one. Not for any of these people. Because what? I'll tell you what every one of you are in the NFL. You're running down the field with your hair extensions from executed Chinese prisoners. Do you have any clue the atrocities that are going in China yet? You consume, obey, what's a tariff? I'm a carpenter, what's a hammer? I'm a baker, what's a cake? I'm an American, what's revolution? I'm an anti-climate change, or I'm anything the streets thing at Columbus Circle. What's Fukushima? I mean, it's so outrageous. You're Uncle Tom. You're the greatest Uncle Toms. Read the book. Harriet Beecher Stowe. We need a Harriet Beecher Stowe to break ranks. It's our only shot. We have to have her. We have to have the oligarch's daughter break ranks in the long history of oligarch's daughters breaking and changing the world. Harriet Beecher Stowe. Mrs. Whitney. Peggy Guggenheim. Where are they? You're talking the top. This is such a major, major story. As Abe comes here. Now let's think of that. Abe, the ex-Prime Minister of Japan, Nato, says, why did you do it? Why did you do it? You went all pro-nuclear, now you're anti-nuclear post-Fukushima. Well, why did you do it if you're anti-nuclear? The CIA made me do it. Kylie Fitzwater, those great activists down there in Australia, they really get it. It's amazing. I could do an activist gig here in Utah, the most contaminated place in the world. They're trying to build DU6 into the energy solutions dump site. Should be a massive store in America. The whole country going crazy. People live, I'll organize a protest, nobody. And everybody says, oh, it's just my style. What? No, because there's no protest. I'm it. So I protest, and I won't protest. You got Kylie Fitzwater, and she'll use post-ignorance, my movement, whatever, and she'll put together her thing. They'll get hundreds down there. Huh. Maybe they still got it, you know. They try. They fight. We don't. We lay down. We've agreed to just go ahead and go. Oh, cancer, the new norm. Not me. And I want to say this about the rats. Look, these control freaks have lots of cheese. Forbes took the cheese a long time ago. Ken Bucket Buesler, who has no PhD, he's a fraud, he took the cheese. They bait him with this cheese. Now the New Yorker takes the cheese. I talked to this guy right in the airport at JFK. Rat took the cheese. I mean, there's no coincidence he's talking about Monterey Bay guys screaming blah, blah, blah. He's watching my videos. It doesn't matter. Look, we have the vast majority watch these videos, the fainting goat crowd, they're gone a long time ago. As soon as you hear the F word, hoo, 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 they run and hide in their freaking masquerade party. They didn't have to put you in a faint camp. The economy of fear, you did it yourself. They laugh all the way to the bank. They're like, look at these fainting goats. They refuse to enlighten themselves. They fall for Johnny, get your gun, got your gold, get your silver, and they economy of fear themselves into a bunker. That's not living, that's not life. And if you don't think fighting this and being enlightened is life, then think about, let's see, I went into that bone marrow transplant center with, after Fukushima piled onto me, the nuclear cartel gave me leukemia. That's undocumented fact, we know it. They mutated my father, he died of leukemia. His gene mutated, and then Fukushima piled up, we had a huge epidemic. There's 33 of us that went in at the same time. That's why I call myself the 33rd soup can. We all went in. I'm the only one left standing. You've watched my Intense, this amazing, incredible story you've been able to watch in real time. It says published for a reason. Modern day literature? Absolutely. Always been said, literature changes around the edges? Oh no, it's at the core, Harriet Beecher Stowe. You know, I was mentored by the likes of Fawn McKay Brody, Freak Bernard DeVoto, these great literary giants. 44. I had a dream right before I got cancer. This giant slot machine. Now I don't play slot machines. Put this money in it, went 4-4, and then these icons look like tumors. I didn't know they looked like tumors then. A few days later, I got a stomachache. Thought I had food poisoning. was sent home to die with hospice. I fought back. I didn't believe them. Because I don't take the cheese. They have lots of cheese, but once you take the cheese, as soon as you softball this, Goddard Journal, all you people that softball, the second you softball this, all you people that have done it, YouTube vloggers, you re-spinners, you diaper panty painters, you've recorded yourself in history, and snap, you took the cheese, and they've got you trapped now, and you can't get out of this trap. Forbes took the cheese, Ken Buesler took the cheese, New Yorker. You crossed the line because this is the greatest event in human history, bar none. The greatest cover-up in human history. And I warned everybody, don't do it, don't panty paint this, don't freaking softball it, don't try to freaking spin it, don't try to make yourself feel better, don't try to feed the fanny goats because, oh, my viewership went down as soon as I used Fukushima Helicaldecott. My fundraising apparatus went down as soon as I used the word Fukushima chemical camps. My fundraising went down as soon as Greenpeace, as soon as we mentioned Fukushima, so we backed up. You took the cheese. You're recorded in history for time and all eternity because, and if you think you can just pull down these videos, oh no, this community is way too smart. They've got it. They've got you. As I said in the early days, this is the great equalizer. It will bring down the so-called pyramid, which is globalists. You know, Bill Walmart Clinton, the Clinton crime family, the Bush crime family. They find these go, Barry Antoinette, Uncle Tom, the NFL, the NBA, it's nothing but Uncle Tom's. Your plantation. Look at the owners of these leagues. They're plantation owners. That's all they are. The college universities, plantation owners. Here's a scholarship, Johnny. You're going to play in the... No, you're not. We'll give you a shitty food card at the freaking union where you could freaking never starve to death. And so these people could sit up, these plantations could sit and watch you play football. Watch it. Yay, go, go. You're doing so good. You're not here for no education. No, you're here to pacify the slave owners. And then a few of them get to be Uncle Tom inside the house. You know what. We know what happened to Uncle Tom. Yeah, they were nice to him and they were good to him, just like you NFL players, just think. But it all came tumbling down. And the new owner beat him to death because they sold him. That's what you are to them. Average NFL player dies at 51 years old. They abuse the living shit out of you. Sit there and they get your NFL gear, get your college sports gear, Alabama, Cal Berkeley, Harvard, MIT, get your gear, get your gear. Even MIT, I saw a shirt the other day. Look at the tags, not my tags. Bangladesh, shirtwaist fire tube. You don't care because I live in a culture that hates. We live in a culture that has no conscience. We have to attack the conscience. We only need one. My guess, maybe he was going to break ranks and they whacked him. This is a big, big story. I mean, we're talking billionaires. We're talking the very top of this heap, which is not Illuminati. It's royal. It's neo-feudalism. It's gone on. It's been the quintessential fight since the time of man. Jesus Christ himself fought it. Alexander Hamilton fought it. George Washington. And by the way, Kate just had a baby. No royal would dare set foot in this country for hundreds of years. Have you guys lost all sense of history, of all reality? But this is the great equalizer. Because everybody that's covered up, and I want to say this, and this is so important, the people that panty paint and dilute, just like Michelangelo, he fought and he died miserably, but the panty painters are viewed in history from what they are. The rats that took the cheese. The Pope says, here, Danny, have some cheese. You're recorded in history, your legacy, and we're all going to die. I got news for you. We're all going to die eventually, with or without Fukushima, but with Fukushima much quicker, because eugenics on Balco, of course. Look up John Holton. I knew John Goffman personally. I was in his class. I was in Stegner's program at 16 years old. I knew Edward Abbey stood right on this piece of sacred ground, right here with me. What an amazing man. What was his great line? Civilization is a young man in the LA streets with a motel cocktail. Culture is the Soviet tank or the LA cop that kills him. I am Michael Hastings. I am Aaron Swartz. I am Pat fucking Tillman. I am my father's son, for he raised no coward. I am Rachel Carson. No, we need to stand up. And I told this in a very acute situation, just like I was supposed to. The art has to reflect the time. That's what art is. And you missed the boat. That's over. It's chronic now for time and all eternity. So we have to record history. We have to call out the panty painters because you took the cheese. Snap. New Yorker just took the cheese. Forbes took the cheese a long time ago. A lot of you vloggers and bloggers, you fainting goats, you took their cheese and went and hunkered down. You forgot to enlighten yourself. You stopped living. You gave up life. I'm going to get a bar, some silver, and some bullets, and I'm going to live the economy of fear. That's not life, that's death. We have nothing but fear itself. Oh boy. You know, even clear back then, I believe Jefferson's quote, giving up liberties. The Patriot Act's getting ready to expire, pocket veto. No, because Uncle Tom's in the White House. He conned you, the biggest liar in history. He was supposed to be the champion of us. You know, and they need to take that Pulitzer Prize, or excuse me, there's a Freudian slip, his Nobel Prize back as he holds it while he drones babies. This guy's the greatest, and the NBA, every one of you, NBA players, NFL players, the whole group of you, you're nothing but Uncle Toms. You make you sick as they beat to death your own people from your own community. You know, what a sad commentary this country is. Everybody who they Pussy Riot, all of them. The New Yorker, freaking all of these quintessential places that historically, Greenpeace, Sierra Club, everybody that's quintessentially stood up, they took the cheese. Every one of you took the cheese. Why don't one of you freaking stand up? Because you're not going to live forever anyway. And how much money you rats got to have? Well, let me tell you about your money. He was a billionaire with a B. He's fucking dead. Oh, your money can't another minute buy. Dust in the wind, again, stole. Poetry stole. That's an old, multi-hundred-year native poem. So, this is a big story. For that dude in Japan and Yakamoto who sent that to Abe's house, we support you, 100, and I think a lot of people in Japan support you. He's going to end up being one iconic figure, you know. They're breaking ranks over there. Oh, at the USS Reagan, we look right up. There's Lori and I. Point the camera. I said, Lori, look, why are they getting ready to make the decision? We're the only protesters there. Cops going after me. One of them ex-Navy. I'm ex-Navy. And I said, then why aren't you supporting your own men? You know, oh no, they knew. No, they didn't know. How are this Navy kids? You know, there's 800,000 military refugees going down. I'm telling you, because there's going to come to a point where there's no covering this up. You know, the epic drought, the freaking mass murder of the Pacific Ocean. Now we have the purple. We have the purple squids dying by the millions. I mean, the genocide's very real. It's going on big time. It's slaughtering them, the genocide. You know, when you guys gonna wake up? Look at these fuckers, cops standing up and taking a picture of me. Here, you want me to autograph it? Fucking, what the fuck is with these fucking America, the fucking home of the cow? I'll autograph it. You want me to autograph the fucking picture? Please. You ever heard of the First Amendment? Anyway, so the Pacific Ocean massively dying. No one cares. I don't give a fuck. You know, the emperor has no fucking clothes. I care. I reported it exactly like it's supposed to report it. Yeah. You know, that's a hard road to hoe as an artist, as a, you know, human being. But I did it, you know, just exactly the way I was supposed to do it. And there was others. You know, Jan, Christina, very small group of us. We fought from day one. Very cute fashion. We tried to awake. Now it's chronic. You took the cheese and not me. I'm alive. I walked out of that bone marrow transplant given no chance. To enlighten your soul is to kick the free radical cancer cells out of your body. There's a lot to be said about the reality and handling the truth, because you can't handle the fucking truth. The regurgitators who just, that's all they do. They take this content and want to regurgitate it, spin it, turn it into fear porn, and freaking regurgitate it into an AdSense account. You took the cheese. Oh, heard of you took the fucking cheese. Not me. The fight is to live. Stand tuned.